What's going on there, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? And it's time for another On the Bench with Pete. And today on my bench I've got some of my Dark Angels, which I want to work towards completion. Obviously, sorry about all these lights, I'll move things around momentarily. And so what am I going to be doing? I'm not going to start my proper painting challenges until next year, you know, the old paint so many points and all that kind of stuff. So I'm setting myself mini challenges at the moment, and today I'm going to try some Sterling mud to sort of base them with, I think, because I do my Tyranids and a couple of other things in Astro Granite. That works quite well. I just thought I'd try some Sterling mud today, so I'm going to tilt the camera down. Hopefully that's going to be okay whilst I ramble. Yes, this is a rambling video. Turn the guys around there, you can see them a bit better. I've been told that faces and bases are the way forward when it comes to making your models look better. So as I'm going to be using Sterling mud, don't need to shake it up or anything. I'm using a old cheapy brush, and obviously using the ball bearings as agitators isn't going to work either with the dry paints. So here we go, and I'll start this end. I'm just going to try see if I can base him, or step one of basing him anyway. I'm not sure if this brush is going to work out okay for it, but we shall see. So how are you guys? You all ready for Christmas then, those of you that celebrate it? Hope so. I made a big decision yesterday. Well, actually I'm going to change my brush. Bear with me momentarily. I'm not going to use that brush. I will try. Let's try this brush. Excuse me, I'm stretching out here, reaching out to get my jar of brushes. Okay, so sorry about this. I'm just sort of trying to sort out a brush without knocking things over. Right, this might take me a little while to get going here. Sorry about this. But as I was saying, yes, made a big decision yesterday, and that decision is I am going to venture into the airbrush arena. So yeah, next year gonna sort of start airbrushing some models, probably starting with my Broodlord that I'm trying to do up for 40k games, the Broodlord from Space Hulk. And yeah, so obviously, I mean, I've seen and read comments from people who have started airbrushing, and you know, they've all said it's not as easy as it looks, and it's really difficult, and they kind of get disheartened by it. And so I'm thinking, well, what can I do to sort of try and avoid that if I can? Obviously, practice is the key here, isn't it? So I don't know. I think maybe I need to sort of practice on just paper, doing like lines, thin lines, thick lines, and so on. But yeah, well, I just sold one of my amps, my guitar amps, so that I could get a decent airbrush setup. I posted a question in one of the groups I belong to on Facebook, saying can anybody recommend decent airbrush and compressor setup, and you know, I had some good response and that, so I'm going to check those suggestions out in due course, because I think it'll be cool to start airbrushing as well. That'll give me a lot more versatility then. Right, okay, so he's done. Move forward 2 inches. Yeah, this Sterling mud, it might be okay. I think it'll work out fine. Dry brush it with what's it called? Longbeard Grey. I think it's a dry paint called Longbeard Grey in the Citadel range, and I'll use that. But I love these Citadel texture paints. Sorry, I call this a dry paint earlier. It's not, is it? It's similar texture, well, similar consistency, I should say. But these texture paints are great because they've got all the grainy bits in them, and well, exactly what it says, texture to your paint. Then obviously, if you dry brush, well, I'll give them a wash first. I think maybe with maybe a Nuln Oil or something, or an Agrax Earthshade, or maybe even a Reichland Flesh Shade. I don't know, but I'll give it a wash of some description, and I'll dry brush it with the grey, and yeah, I think we'll be good to go on that then. Some people can say it's kind of lazy basing them this way, but I don't care. I base the bigger models. I shall spend some more time basing the larger models and things. So I like making things out of cork and doing rocks and whatnot. I don't mind checking out that basing kit you can get as well. Maybe some things in there that I can stick on the bases. Now, I know everybody's up in arms about this change of base sizes for the Space Marines now, but I think it'll be quite cool. Still look, you can think about it, they'll look a bit bigger, they'll look a bit more imposing. I agree there with Ash from Mini Wargaming. They'll look a bit more imposing on the battlefield, a bit more impressive. And I'm not going to rebase all the ones I got. To be honest, these tournament organisers probably, if they're that strict, maybe they should rethink their strategy there, so that we don't, those people that do like to play the tournament scene, and I'm not one of them, don't think I ever will be, don't have to spend the rest of their lives rebasing all their models. So I should just, as I get new Marines with the new bases, I shall just be happy to use that and what I've got here. Or if I'm making up, sometimes I like to make troops out of the bits I've got. So I've made a pretty good tactical squad out of spare bits here and there, and I'll just use the bigger bases for those guys, things like that, not a problem. But wow, nice and chill today. I'm doing this instead of a chill with Pete, by the way, so it's still chilling, it's still relaxing. I find it relaxing, and hopefully have a chat with you guys, ramble on, and get some work done. So if you haven't done so already, pick up a paintbrush, let's get some painting done. I'm trying to locate some more YouTube channels where people do this sort of thing, because I love painting along to people that do this and just talk. And you just listen to their rambles, and it takes your mind off of the chore at hand, doesn't it? I think so anyway. If anybody can recommend any channels or give me some links to some that do that. I mean, I know Mini Wargamer J does it. That's nice because you can actually see what he's doing. So when I get my better camera for Christmas and that, hopefully these sort of tutorials, these sort of videos will be better for you. Let's move him over there, him there, him there. Yeah, I get these guys done on this stage, and then that'll be another stage of completing these guys I won't have to do, and I will be very happy with that. I have to say, I love these traditional Dark Angel colours, these greens. I do, I really love them. I'm just going to move the camera up slightly. Yeah, I think that's a bit of a better angle. So these are all things you learn when you're making videos, camera angles as well. What works best, what doesn't. Although I did a media degree, it was a very long time ago. I mean, we're talking videotapes. That's how long ago I did mine, you know. Technology's changed so much since then. And the cameras, like we used to use for our coursework and things, were like the size of suitcases. You needed a 10,000 man army just to carry the damn thing. Unless if you was like working the camera, and then there's the sound and lighting and all the rest of it. And I mean, I know cameras changed over the years. I'm presuming the other stuff has as well, like smaller boom mics and things which can pick up the sound better. Right. Considering I've got all these lights on, it's not the best lighting here. I have to work on that for the new year as well. So anyway, I'm very excited about this whole airbrushing malarkey, because I think that's going to open up a new realm of challenge for me. Obviously I'm not going to go straight in and try airbrushing like really cool details on miniatures like some people do. Start off with like priming and basing and see how we go from there, and that's after I've had loads of test runs on paper, you know, and worked out how to clean it and maintain it and all that good stuff. I watched a really good video about it on the Wargamers Consortium from Chung, and he was very informative. I left him a comment. You know, it was a really good video. For someone like me, it was ideal. Just telling you all about different types of airbrushes and compressors, and what they are, what they did, what it means, and you know. So I'm really glad. One thing about YouTube, there's so much good stuff out there, and people very knowledgeable, and you can learn so much. I mean, you can self-teach yourself pretty much anything on YouTube. You know, how to build a wall, or how to learn physics. I mean, it's all there. How to be a hairdresser, whatever you want. And I think our niche is particularly rich and abundant with very talented and cool people that put these videos up. You know, I think it's really good. So yeah. So this is Marine number 5 here now. So once he's done, we're well on the way. I mean, if I can ever get the right sound and the right quality of video, this type of video where I'm painting and rambling, if it was in quite good quality and good sound and light, I mean, would you rather I did longer ones, shorter ones, none at all? You know, just let me know, guys. If you don't want me to do them at all, obviously I won't. But I like doing them. It helps me. Takes my mind off of the fact I'm doing this painting. And yeah, so raining here weather-wise, not good. I hate the rain. I don't mind the cold. You know, come winter time, cold I can deal with. Rain I don't like. I just don't like it. Not for me. Right, that's Marine number 5. He's done. Number 6. Da, da, da. I keep trying to, it's a combination of looking at what I'm doing and looking at the screen to see if I'm still in shock. Sometimes I tend to move away like that. So yeah, this stone mud's quite good. I don't mind it. I think it'll look quite neat with a bit of grey dry brushing on the top. I'm talking about going back to the airbrushing again. I mean, some of you guys that I've seen airbrushing, you don't have to make it look easy. I mean, I've no doubt it's not. I don't doubt at all it's anything but easy. But God, you don't have to make it look easy. I'm really impressed. Really impressed. Is there a way, by the way, I wonder, just random thoughts here, YouTube, is there any way of finding out? Sometimes I wonder how many YouTube channels are actually out there. Is there any way of finding out? I suppose only YouTube would know that. And obviously it would be going up every minute or whatever, but I just wondered, ballpark figure, how many YouTube channels are out there covering every single topic that's available? Don't know. Just got to work this texture paint around his feet. I was thinking once I've done all the how to play videos, I've done the movement and the psychic phase and shooting and salt and so on. Once that's all done, I was thinking of doing, for an example, running through some of the missions from Dark Vengeance to show like how it all works. Maybe if that's a good idea or not, I don't know. I mean, again, that'll help me as well, because that'll help me twofold, because it'll help me obviously get another video out there. It'll help me remember the rules, and it will also help me practice for the filming things like battle reports and things like that. Because I know I don't mind getting things wrong, so I'll start with simple basic ones like the missions that you get for Dark Vengeance, and gradually build up complexity. I don't think I've ever seen a single battle report video on YouTube where there has not been comments about you got this rule wrong, you got that rule wrong, you should have known this, should have known that. And I just know I'm going to get tons of stuff wrong, but I don't mind. I will always try my best, as I do, believe it or not, in all my videos. I try my best to make the best video I can. I'm not exactly Steven Spielberg, I know that, but I do the best video I can with what I've got, the time I've got, and the resources I've got. And for me, even if only one person out in the big wide world, one person in the whole population got something out of it, that's good enough for me. You know, even if it's just helps pass the time while you paint. That's, you know, I'm doing something, you know, helping in some way. Just trying to. You need quite a. Don't want to use a too soft a brush, by the way, when you do this. Use this texture paint, because you've got to push it around, and the soft bristles just aren't suited for that. You want a little bit of strength in there, or rigidity, whatever you want to call it. Right, 7 down. Number 8. Number 8. So here we go. And I can't actually see the screen now because the screen's turned itself off because of like a screensaver thing, and I always, every time, forget about it. So I'm gonna have to pop the password in a moment. There we go. Really coming on. Looking forward to. I've got to do another episode of Armies Unveiled as well soon, because I really love delving into the background of armies. I mean, I can just while away hours and hours and hours if I had all the time in the world to do that. Yeah, you know, just talking, well, yeah, looking into the background and the history of each army. I think that's just gonna be brilliant. Because I mean, I'd love to do. I really would love to do codex reviews, but I'm not going to, because I'm not experienced enough. I know that. Why on earth would you want to watch that when there's so many better ones out there? You know, much more experience, and had much more use with all the armies and practice, and they can give you proper decent tactical advice, and that's what it's about. Right, I'm just going to pop in the password. Because it's annoying me not being able to see how I'm doing. Last two of these ones. Then we'll see how the land lies. That grunting sound, if you can hear it, was Taz, by the way, my dog. He comes up with me sometimes. Spends time with me. I know I've got to get this article written as well. I'll do that over the Christmas. So, yeah, so P&Q is always going to be up every Monday. And that's going to be going on throughout Christmas, regardless of whether I get questions or not, or comments. And so far it's been okay. There's been a couple of real quiet ones, but I'm going to keep going with that, because it's good to keep that interaction, I think, with people. Although it's not live, if I had enough subscribers, I think I'd do a live one like Chris does on his channel from Mini Wargaming. His Way of the Brush. That's kind of like a live sit and talk, if you will. And that's kind of cool. Yeah, I would be tempted to do that, but for the here and now, I'll just record them. You know they're going out every Monday. They're recorded Monday. They go out Monday. Alright, they don't always go up in the morning, but sometimes YouTube is very slow at uploading the vids. And right, I think he's done. Right, on the last one, YouTube does annoy me sometimes, though, the problems it gets. For a while there, I wasn't able to play any videos back along, and now sometimes I get like a screen goes off into like just a black box, and you've got to move the cursor around down to the corner to keep it on the video. It's just little bugs, I'm sure. I'm sure they'll get around to ironing them out, but still annoying. Incidentally, still it looks very similar to this dark earth that you can get from Vallejo. Good for basing bigger models and dioramas, that I have to say. So it's blooming excellent. Coming on here. This big plasma gun, and difficult to maneuver around it, but not impossible. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to Christmas. Anybody got any Warhammer related Christmas wish lists on the go? I mean, mine is the camera. I just so want the camera, because the other one I've got, I mean, it's all right, but I paid 25 quid for it, and it's all right for 25 quid. It's fixed focus, so it doesn't, you can't get in on like details. It's not like uber high res quality or anything like that. I mean, it says HD on it, but it's only like 720 HD. I'd like a proper HD camera that can focus in on all the detail and see how good or bad said model is. But I think they're a must for battle reports, and there we are. 8 guys done. Might as well do Balthazar. Might as well do him while I'm here. And I've got it open. Might as well. Okay. Yeah, so get these bases done. So 3 parts: texture, wash, dry brush, highlight, and I think that'll do for these. I just want them my version of tabletop standard, which I think on the whole is pretty similar for most people, unless you're selling figures on eBay, in which people say good painting quality, or it's been painted to a good standard, and you look at them and you think, don't know, it's questionable. It's difficult to grade and rate painting qualities, though, isn't it? I think. I know you get that on these commission companies. They, for like a level 1, we'll charge you this, for level 2, level 3, and so on. But it's difficult. I mean, they show examples of what each one is, I suppose, and I'm sure they got it all the way down. But for the likes of me, it's a little bit confusing on how to tell, really. But then I'm a bit of a beginner, so gotta say, this is one of the best hobbies I've ever discovered in my life. Really. I wished I'd got into it earlier, I have to say. But then there's a high possibility I could be a bit more resentful about it all, and I've gotten out of the hobby by now. I'm just happy to have what I can, really. Alrighty. just another one. So I'm wondering. No, he's got a special base, so I'll leave him. Leave him where he is. So that's the Sterling mud done on those guys. Ooh. So that's one level of the paint job done. Let those guys dry off a bit before going on to the next stage. And yeah, so what are we on? Half an hour. Oh blimey, I set your board census by now. So there we are. Done those guys, done the Sterling mud on those, and yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Till then, happy wargaming.